So I've seen several other platforms for developers to create their dApps on the internet, and how is T better than the alternative projects?
Oh, there are actually, let's put into a category is a decentralized rich computation. Rich computation means it's not a smart contract. So we have to distinguish first. There are a lot of smart contract platform, for example, Ethereum and everything compatible with that, or Polkadot, for example. Those are blockchains. They are focused on smart contract, but it's not something we are focused on. We are not a smart contract. We are a fully featured application. So that's the big category different. So you need to know we are not a smart contract. And also in our category for the fully featured applications, there are also some competitors doing different way. There actually are three type of solution on that. One is a pure software solution using mathematics, using algorithm to make some simple algorithm into very complicated, because cryptographics is very complicated. The cost is, the pros are they can be very secure because mathematics, is secure, of course, cryptographic. The cons are they would be very expensive to run and slow, because almost every simple computation will become a very complicated algorithm in order to make everything trusted and verifiable. In that case, I probably not mention the name of the project. You will say the lot of projects focus on using the algorithm to do the trusted computing. They require the huge computing power to run. It's not something you're probably gonna run in your own computer. You have to specially build a supercomputer to run your apply in the data center. That is cause the problem is not computer is the problem. The problem is that causes a new way of centralization, because everyone not supposed to have computing in your home. It requires huge power, huge computing power, huge electricity, huge network. Everything is huge. So there's only data center can handle that. So this is one problem. The second one, our second solution would be using hardware. We are falling into this category, but using hardware, they also have two solutions. One is using CPU. It's typically, probably you already know, Intel has a technology called the SGX. Many existing projects go this way, using the hardware CPU to make we call it enclave, which is a part of the CPU can be using security computing. The problem is that it can also cause another kind of centralization. Not all the Intel CPU has SGX. Only for those CPUs would be sold to data center will have this feature on it. That means regular consumer, you cannot have the computer have this power. In that case, only data center can handle that. But who's gonna have the only data center, not a consumer, right? So you're becoming again a new kind of centralization. But the way we're going to doing is we're not going to focus on that. We're not going to rely on a specific brand computer CPU. We use a much cheaper TPM chips. TPM stands for a trusted platform module, which is a widely used security chip. Every computer made in recent 20 years have this kind of chip built in their motherboard. So in that case, everyone already have this kind of chip. It's not expensive one. It's probably a few dollars each. And we're gonna support all kind of CPUs, especially ARM CPU. ARM CPU is popular in all cell phone. Almost every IoT devices will have a ARM CPU, not from Intel. Intel is very expensive, ARM is very cheap. So in that case, in the long run, we would prefer that our mining machine can run in every family. Sometimes we call the T-box. The T-box is everyone will have like a router in your home. You have a router in your home. You probably have a T-box in your home as well. And those T-box are be considered the Web3 gateway for individual or for single family, you will use that T-box to access the Web3, not as what we have today. Go to a using computer or iPad, go to a website, domain name www.something.com. It's Web2. In Web3 is different.